Currently, there is a war being waged in America. It's a war that you probably don't know much about. It threatens our sovereignty, our economy, our individual rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It is being waged by corporations and the elites all across the world. And the effects of this war can already be seen in places like France, Ireland, and the Netherlands. It is not the war of free speech. It's not the war against religion. Believe it or not, it is the war on beef. Using climate change as a shield, this war seeks to control all food production. Major players, including politicians and mega corporations, all at the expense of the small American farms and the small farms all around the world. One rancher has been speaking out about this for quite some time. He's here to talk about what you can do to stop it. He's a cattle rancher that believes in private property rights. He is the committee chair of RCAF USA. His name, Shad Sullivan. Chad, thank you for coming in.
Thank you. My pleasure.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You wrote an amazing letter that I think was so well thought out and talks about what people are facing. I don't think the average person has any idea the war on food that's happening right now.
None whatsoever.
And I first saw it because, I say I'm a rancher. I'm not.
Right.
I own a ranch and the cattle, and then I watch other people make magic happen.
I get it.
But it's a hard life, but it's a good life.
It's a good life.
You understand you just understand life when you're dependent on the land, on God, and the environmentalists that say, we have to preserve this land. There's no better conservationist than a rancher or a farmer.
That's right.
They know the soil.
That's right.
Okay. Talk about let's start in California.
Okay.
Let's go back to, when was it? 2008, I think. Yeah, 2006, Proposition 2. That passed. Tell me what that did.
The way I understand that proposition is 63% of the voters voted in favor of requiring cage size requirements for chickens and hogs and such as that. And so that did go ahead and pass, but we knew, we know that wasn't the end intention.
Yeah.
The end intention was no animals at all. And so they came back. This movement, this anti-animal ideology that is just sweeping across the earth right now.
Explain anti-animal ideology.
Well, in order to gain control of production and consumption, they have to have control of food production.
Right.
And the very ground level of food production is farmers and ranchers, right? And what do farmers and ranchers have? They have land. Because it takes land and natural resources to grow our food. And it doesn't matter if you're talking about pigs, cattle, vegetable crops, whatever it is. And so the anti-animal ideology is a freedom taker. That's what it all amounts to, is liberty and freedom. And in order for them to have, and when I say them, I mean the global elite, to have control of all production and all consumption, they have to have control of that production.
Yeah, let's get into that. And that's exactly what's going on. All right. And we'll come back to this video in a second. All right. But I wanted to play that in the intro just to show you that there is a war on food. All right. And all these food plants, farms that are being burnt down, taken down, it's all orchestrated. All right, and I want to get into that here. Shalom. I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakah Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. And double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring in the house of David the elect, that's pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you brothers, and shalom to the elect. Back with another quick lesson through the Holy Spirit, Rakakwadash. We're going to jump right into this article here. This is from 100%fedup.com. And the headline here reads, it says, full list of all food processing plants that have burned down, blown up, or destroyed under Biden regime. All right. And we've been seeing this over the years. All of a sudden, you know, certain food processing plants, farms just catching fire, blowing up. Right. Matter of fact, let's go down to it just to show you what I'm talking about. All right. We have been seeing this for years. And it actually gets into a list of all the plants that were burned down and blown up. Right. But just to remind you, and these things were coming out of nowhere. Yeah, so this was happening all over America, man. All right, and like we're gonna go through briefly here, this list that they have. But as you see, there is a real war on the food supply chain. All right, just like we see what's going on with these U.S. port strikes. This is from AmericasFirstReport.com. The headline it reads, it says, it begins. U.S. port strikes erupt, first shutdown in 50 years. Sparks fears of supply chain crisis. Okay, people are about to starve out here. All right, this is a real war that's going on against the food supply. Okay, whether you believe it or not, you know. It says more than 45,000 International Longshoremen's Association members from over 3 dozen facilities across 14 Gulf and East Coast ports went on strike early Tuesday, marking the largest labor action at U.S. ports in nearly 50 years. The labor action, driven by disputes over automation and wages in a new multi-year labor contract, threatens to disrupt supply chains nationwide. If the strike persists for more than a week, retailers could face shortages of certain goods, potentially sparking another wave of inflation. All right. So, you know, it's the judgment of the Lord, man. It's going down. You know, this could be the real deal here. All right. But this is the judgment from the Lord. All right. This is 2 Ezra chapter 15. In verse 1, and it reads, it says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I was put in thy mouth, saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. All right. And you should be able to see that now. All right. Everything that's written is coming to pass. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. Right. So if you don't believe, hey, that's on you. All right. We have the truth. OK, your disbelief is not going to stop these prophecies from coming to pass. All right. Understand that millions of people are gonna starve to death. You know, a famine is being, you know, constructed in the land. You know, it's all orchestrated. You know, it says, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Right. The point, behold, saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Okay, these things have been set forth. All right. So it's all in the making, man. And it's only going to get worse. Right. Here's some more information on the U.S. dock workers move toward strike after deadline passes. Let's play a little bit of that, and we'll go back to the first article. Let's see. Bear with me.
More than 45,000 dock workers from Maine to Texas are now on strike for the first time since 1977. They walked off the job once the clock struck midnight. Workers are demanding higher wages and a total ban on automation in the ports. Experts warn the strike could disrupt supply chains and raise prices for consumers. The timing could also cause tremendous disruptions to this year's holiday shopping season, which usually gets into full swing next month. Officials also say the walkout has the potential to become the most disruptive strike to the U.S. economy in decades. Just a week-long strike could cost the U.S. economy $3.8 billion.
There you go. And all of this is happening right before the so-called election anyway, which is all, it was all set up to bring further, confusion or whatnot, perplexity amongst these people, But I want to go back to this article, man. All right, once again, the headline: full list of all food processing plants that have burned down, blown up, or destroyed under Biden regime. Right, so it gives you a whole list, right? List of all the food processing plants that have burned down, blown up, or destroyed under the U.S. government of 2021 to 2022. Right, and this is just 2021 and 2022. What about 23 and 24? Right, and it's a long list. Pork processing plants, beef, chicken. Right, it's a whole list. We're not going to go through it, of course. But that lets you know, right, this has all been strategically set up to bring forth the famine. All right. So you see that these are all the food plants that have been destroyed, blown up, burnt down all across America, man. All right. So like the Edomite was saying in the beginning, there's really a war on food. Right. And we've been speaking about this for a while now, man. All right. Millions of people are being set up to starve to death. All right. Ezekiel 5:16, when I shall send upon them the evil arrows of famine, which shall be for their destruction, in which I will send to destroy you, and I will increase the famine upon you, and will break your staff of bread. And this is what the Lord is doing, man. All right, the supply chain shortages, the strikes, which is ultimately going to affect the economy as a whole. All right, certain stores going without certain goods and materials. Right, pretty much these people are in a world of hurt. But this is the prophecy. The Lord said he was going to break the staff of bread. He said he was going to send the evil arrows of famine. So it's happening. You see?
To have control of the land. And so that is where the anti-animal ideology starts. But it tends to run downhill into individual ideologies. There are ideologues out there who don't believe in eating meat. They
Right.
believe that cattle are harming the land. They don't like that. And so the global elite have used those ideologues as foot soldiers for their ultimate goal, which is total control.
Right.
There you go. In the name of climate change. All right. There's too many cows and chickens. Cows are messing up the ozone layer. They got to get rid of the farms. You got to, what's the word called? Euthanize the chickens and the animals, get rid of the crops, in order to save the planet. So these are the things that are being spoken about, man. All right. So we are definitely living in some heavy times, And I'll play a little bit more. You can watch the rest on your own. It's about an hour long, but just want to address the fact that this is really happening, man. All right, they're really the elites of Esau are setting everybody up to starve. This is going to add to the chaos, to the destruction that's coming upon America, man. All right.
global warming being used
Back
as,
then, it was global warming. When I was growing up, it was
global.
acid rain.
Okay. When I was
Remember?
growing up, it was global cooling.
Okay, global
Yeah,
cooling,
yeah.
and then acid rain. Now we had global warming, and they realized that the majority of the world's population wasn't going for it, so they changed it to climate change. And this movement has been in the works for generations, but it's increasing because of our ability to learn. The internet.
Mm-hmm.
The Bible talks about all of this.
Yeah.
And the days that we live in. So
That's right. That's right. It's a spirit, man. The scriptures speak about all of this, man. So I just wanted to put this out there in this quick lesson, man. It's going down. All right? Millions being prepared to starve, the famine, the shortages. All right? It's going to be a time like no other, a time of trouble, man. So I pray that this quick lesson was informative and also edifying. I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Kakwadash. And shalom to the next one. Shalom.